Woo!
Another day in paradise. How about you now?
Let's go.
Episode 2.
Coming at you.
I mean, we did so well in the first one, we figured, why not another?
It
Huh?
actually went pretty good. A lot better than I expected.
Yeah, well.
Expected, not
Yeah.
whatever I tried to say.
I mean, we're watching PA. Grammar's not the biggest thing.
Kind of mumble a little bit as it is. So.
We got Yinzer E's and
Yeah.
other stuff. But here's cheers to you to episode 2.
Episode 2.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, we finally had a little YouTube trouble getting it up and figuring out how to make it public and everything, which I thought would be simple, but I had more trouble getting it up on YouTube than I did editing the thing, which I thought was
Don't be.
I thought it was gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
The whole clap thing in the beginning we did last time, I think it worked out way better than I anticipated.
Good. Awesome. And I mean, that's your expertise, so hopefully that keeps on getting smoother and smoother.
Right.
And it's a learning curve for us on the YouTube. We are on YouTube though now.
Yes.
So you can be able to search us. Let's Go. Episode 1 podcast is up and running as of
A day ago. 11 views, baby.
But yeah, as of like 30 minutes ago when I looked, we had 11 views. I mean, that's 11 more people.
That's right.
They might all be family and or friends. But well, I'm taking it. I don't care.
Right. Right.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. So I'm glad that we figured out some hiccups in the first one.
We're gonna keep figuring them out.
We're gonna figure out hiccups on episode 2. I mean, my game plan is by at least 50. We act like we know what we're doing. At least act like we know what we're doing.
I don't think that's because I feel like the podcasting's always, it's always developing. It's always has something new. I guess I think everyone's just kind of figuring it out because it's still fairly brand new.
I mean,
concept.
I would say
the last
what,
10 years.
10 to. I was gonna say 15. I was gonna say 15 at the max.
Yeah, but it was not even an inkling of what it is now. 15 years ago. It was very few. Maybe Rogan was out then, and maybe a couple others.
I wouldn't even say Rogan. I don't think that.
I don't know. Why do you think it was called a podcast?
15 years ago. I mean, it was just vlogs. It was not podcasts. They were vlogs.
Right.
Everybody, you had to have your own website at that time.
Or a simulcast, kind of like what Howard Stern kind of did. That was kind of I think that was the kind of
he was kind of bridging it. Yeah.
I think we had it. It was like the natural progression, but we just didn't have it as a.
Definitely not what it is today, and what I see it projecting into being. Into the future. I don't know. Like, I love listening to radio and everything, but like.
Well, radio has
anymore. It's just
radio has advertisements that cap you, right?
Yeah.
And you hear about how can you have like a worldly discussion about anything, and like when things are blocked out like you are for news, like you only got 35 seconds to say your point, and then you don't have any kind of rebuttal, and it's just a talking head on the screen because they got to make their advertisers. They got to fit in the Pfizer ads.
Yep. Pfizer, yes. The little blue pill.
Yeah.
That's none of that. That's a shout out. We don't have any advertisers here as of yet, but we are accepting applications. So if you guys out there would like to be on the Let's Go podcast, hit us up in the comment section. We'll try to reach out and see what we can get.
Or if any local artists want to represent our sweet chalkboard.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we might know a few artists around.
Yeah. There might be a few.
But we'll be happy to display your terrific chalk art.
I mean, you don't like my writing?
I think it's fantastic, dude.
Very chicken scratch.
I think it's way better than what I would have put up there. So now
as long as there's no penises like everywhere.
Well, if you don't look too hard into the what's erased, because there might have been
a penis or two.
Yeah. And, I don't know if one of these cameras might be able to catch a few in the back.
Cock and balls. Cock and balls.
We try to wipe those off. But, this house.
This is a active house.
Well, there is a 16-year-old that lives here, and those kind of images are still funny.
Oh, and I'm still 16 at heart, so I still find it funny.
You know what? I don't want to live in a world where flagellants and dick drawings aren't funny.
Way to readjust there. Dick pics?
No. Not dick pics. Dick drawings.
Dick drawings, yes. I will look at dick drawings all day. Dick pics, I will never look at.
Yeah. We're not into the dick pics business.
Yeah.
I don't condone such actions.
True.
Right. Even though some people that I know that Sorry, we have junk laying everywhere. We set up our studio.
Well,
nicely.
it is an active house, working house. So
You act like it's a construction site.
well, I mean,
Might as
people
well
live
be.
here. It's not like we have this beautiful. We're not in someone's basement, you
Yeah.
know, and we can go there and
Nice
control.
studio.
Yeah, studio control environment. Yeah.
Right. No.
No, we don't have that, which is okay because we like. If you can't tell, like we mentioned in episode 1, we are outside at. This is Ober. I'm Geyer. They were part of the Let's Go. Probably a little late to mention that if this is your first time watching. But we're here at Ober's house outside next to his pool, and it's a beautiful-ish day for Western PA. So I'm glad the weather held off. That storm last night, though, crazy.
Oh, my.
Woke me up out of
Dude.
freaking dead sleep, man.
I was worried for Skip because he's not a big fan of
Yeah.
the booms. So I got up out of bed and he was cowering underneath a couch in the opposite living room of my side of the house. And yeah, I had to go fetch him, and he came running. And he's not much of a cuddler. Skip's not much of a cuddler. If you ever met the Skip dog, you would probably see that he's a little bit ornery and not much of a cuddler. But yeah, he was pretty close last night, you know.
Yeah.
Because he was trembling a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, what would you rather have? Like heavy rains or just like the heat that's out west right now? I'd rather take these heavy rains.
Yeah,
I'm not a guy that likes to sweat.
Yeah, I spent some time out in Arizona in the Phoenix area,
Yeah.
and it's hot, man. It's getting out of the car. You're just drenched,
Yeah.
and they call it a dry heat, just because you're sweating, but it's evaporating off your skin so fast that it's actually, yeah, you're dry. Your clothes aren't sweaty. It's because it literally evaporated already. And I don't care what anyone says. Dry heat, wet heat. 110 is
100
freaking hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Don't bring that dry heat crap in here.
Yeah.
Don't touch the door handle on your car, because or the seatbelt. Once you, I mean, it's
just gonna burn you.
It's impossible to touch. I don't know how. You gotta like touch it. You know, pull your hand back. Yeah,
Like the fingers before you
exactly.
before you grab the.
Yeah.
That's not a way to live. That's just not a way to live.
It's pretty out there, but
Oh yeah, it is. Once you get past Mississippi, there's not too many places in the West that aren't pretty. Kansas is just corn and flat, but it's still pretty.
you ever been to Kansas?
Yes.
Have you? Oh yeah, you've
Yeah.
been to a lot of states.
I've been to 46 of the 50.
Yeah, that's more than me.
Yeah. I've seen a lot. So I like any, like I said, any state. I like pretty much every state. Every state
Right.
has their own thing,
100% agree.
their own beauty. But yeah, once you get past Mississippi, it's just like,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, there's some western parts of Texas that are pretty. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
where it's just flat.
flat,
and then,
nothing. And then till you get to like the Rockies area, or some of the other unworldly looking landscapes out west.
It's like the western part of Texas. There, I swear to you. So like, we were traveling one time, my dad and I. You could see this wind turbine,
Mhm.
and it probably took us a solid 60 minutes to pass that thing. Like you saw it for ever before. You drove past it. That was the only thing you saw, and then you could see in the rearview mirror forever because it's just flat, and it was the tallest thing in the area for probably 30, 40 miles.
Right. I was in Kansas working, and I work in nuclear plants for anyone that didn't know. And their nuclear facility, they have a crane at the top of the big dome. If you've ever seen the big dome
Yeah.
containment building, there's a crane up on top of that, and I had to go up on top of it, across of it, and actually got to witness us doing a lift from that perspective. It was wild to see it from there. It was like a bird's eye view, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll bet you for that lift, I was the highest person in Kansas for like, because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
You know, big sky country.
It is big. It is
Yeah.
big. I mean, and I swear you can see the Rockies probably a day before you ever get to them.
Right.
I mean, that's exaggeration, but it's like you can see them for a minute before you ever are like, oh, I'm in the Rockies.
Yeah.
You've had 2 pairs of gloves on this whole time?
Yeah.
It's the Rockies. Anywho, our little recap about what we like to talk about is basically everything. we are here talking about sports, weather, movies,
Big
politics,
movies this weekend.
big news. What's big news this weekend?
Big movie weekend.
Oh,
What do you
big
say?
movie weekend. Yeah, big
Yeah.
movie weekend.
I haven't made it to either one yet.
Oppenheimer. Group.
I believe.
That looks awesome.
I heard it's good.
Movie. I haven't seen it either. It looks awesome. It also looks like it would be sad, but I mean,
Is that why?
knowing some of the story.
Well, Oppenheimer. Then there's also Barbie, and I was
Yeah.
wondering if that's why you wore your pink today to kind of represent the.
Well, I'm a
Mind you, I'm
equal
also
opportunist. I
also
love
with a shade of pink myself.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more red than mine. Mine's
Yeah.
straight up pink, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
I got a more of a salmon.
I will never say I ever have or probably will ever look like Ken, but I mean, guy was chiseled. Had going on. He got Barbie anytime, and any shade that she was wearing, he was always getting her.
They always talk about how Barbie misrepresented women's body image and stuff like that. Well, how about Ken?
Yeah,
How about G.I. Joe?
yeah.
That's what we had to do with.
hmm
We had
I mean-
He-Man. That is some self-conscious body imaging of young men everywhere growing up.
Like I always say, I am in the shape of a god. His name is just Buddha. That's all I'm going for. That's what I got. And I mean, it's not like I don't try to be where I want to be, but it's just not the easiest thing. Those weights are heavy, and you got to walk a long ways before you lose weight. It's
Dude, I am on a strict cardio regimen right now.
Yeah, with the old right hand out of commission.
Not a big fan.
Yeah.
I always did like maybe 15 minutes of cardio, and it was like a miserable 15 minutes. But I really don't like the gym in general. But that was like my least favorite part. At least the weights, it was like I can do a set and kind of. Cardio is just it's terrible. My mind is just fixated on like those little numbers like 0.01, 0.02, and it's just like I'm just counting that in my head. And,
you listen to a whole song, and you're like, oh, I had to have biked it. Like if you're on the bike, I had to have biked like 3 miles by now.
Nope.
And you look down, you're 1.2. I'm like, damn.
Miserable. And then of course I forgot my headphones for the last 2 times I went. They were
That's the
dead.
worst.
Yeah. I didn't charge
Especially
them.
depending on what gym you go to, like what the music they have playing, you might be listening to elevator music.
YMCA usually has some bangers.
Yeah. Young Men's Christian Association
Yeah.
really bumping up the
Really
music.
bangers out there in the YMCA. But yeah, just kind of push through it, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. Try to anyway. If you're gonna drink beer, I guess you're gonna try to maintain a little bit. It's really the only reason I go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's only to maintain, because I have really bad dietary habits. So I just go to that to counteract. And
Basically, I mean that's I've never felt somebody talk to me any more than Bert Kreischer when he said he only works out so he can keep drinking the way he does and live the way he does, and I thought that was like poetic.
I mean,
in my mind, I was like, that's it. That's exactly why I do what I do.
I'm sure you heard the clip of him, like the most inspirational drinking talk that he ever had about how. You ever hear that? It's like there's nothing better than waking up in the morning, going to the airport, asking for a Bloody Mary at the airport. You're just like, it was the most inspirational.
That's true.
Like he likes pre-game beers, he likes post-game beers, it was the most. I wish I could do a good impression of it, but it was one of the most inspirational drinking speeches I ever heard. And I was just looking that up. It's powerful.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and how he delivers it too, it's hilarious. I know exactly the clip you're talking about. I can recollect some of the parts of it.
Right.
Not in his
can't
tone
do it
or his
justice.
delivery. So
No.
yeah, so I'm not gonna try, but yeah. So back to what our podcast is we talk about anything. Intrusive thoughts. Our slogan is 2 small time dudes, where intrusive thoughts win.
That's correct.
Question mark?
Is there? We're gonna add the
Or
question mark. to it?
exclamation point. I don't know which one it was, but
We're always changing here. Nothing's set in stone yet.
no, nothing is set in stone. The Let's Go podcast, the title might change, location might change. We're up in the air. I mean, like I said, we're in Western PA, so come November, December, might not be able to be doing this outside.
Right, all bundled up.
Might be a little snow on the ground. Might be quite chilly. But so, but we, intrusive thoughts, things that we're always thinking about. One thing like I had today, Mega Millions. Up over my body weight, way up over my body weight. I don't gamble. So. I don't bet on lottery.
You don't gamble?
No, I gamble. I gamble. I definitely love to gamble. I was actually gambling earlier today, just because while my shit was taking so long, I needed something to do. But yeah, I was stopped at the gas station this morning. I was like, oh, Mega Million, 800 and some. I was like, gotta try it, and I was thinking, what would be the first thing I would do? And I'd definitely be taking like my grandparents, probably to like England on a private jet, just so they can experience Europe one time before
England.
Big English my grandpap is English, so
there's some kind of tie there.
Yeah, there's one, and just anywhere in Europe basically. I would want to see, like, take a month and we just go all over Europe. Yeah. So they have, before, it'd be one nice trip that I can have before, I'm not saying they're going away, but we're all going away sometime,
There is an inevitable truth to all that.
There's only two things in life I know, is death and taxes. They'll always be there.
Yeah, that's what they say. I don't know, maybe Elon's going to figure it out with the Neuralink. We'll just live to 300 years old or whatever.
But that, like, even like that.
Would you want to? Would you want to live to 300?
Yeah, no.
You don't think?
No.
I don't know.
I fear death. Like, I don't fear. Like, I live my life as best as I can. So if it happens, it happens. But I don't want it to happen.
Right.
I don't think anybody wants it to happen. But if it did happen, like, I live my life well so far, and I'll keep doing that until my ticket got punched.
300 years.
Yeah, 300 years is a long time. Like, is it gonna, like, let you live the 300 years, but, like, you have to be in your body from 70 to 300, that same body?
Or just a blob in a
like, am I just a broken down person for 200 plus? I don't want 200 plus.
Right. You just have a VR on your head.
Yeah, sitting in a chair.
Yeah, it's like the Matrix, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's weird to think, though.
Yeah.
300 years, But who knows? I mean,
with all the technological things that are going on, it's frightening and kind of, I don't know, the chat GPT thing, it's weird to me.
I think it's advancing way too fast, and even Elon and some others have mentioned that need more restrictions before they let it just go out there, because the computers are just.
All it takes is like one person, I feel like, to really take it to that next level and then have it programmed to basically do something.
I mean, I feel like I've watched a few movies.
Have you? Like a Matrix, well, that's even, Matrix might be the most hopeful thing, because you don't even know you're in it. Yeah. You're just like, your life is like being sourced out, but you're just oblivious, living in the world.
Yeah, that's
with no problems.
That's the
might be the best case scenario.
The scariest thing is, like, just movies that they've written in the 80s. Now it's like, I feel like we've seen what could possibly go wrong with
Terminator.
This. Yeah.
Terminator's coming back.
Terminator was a big one in my mind.
What's the iRobot?
iRobot. iRobot with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that's just not the best.
Terrifying.
Yeah. But so it was a big weekend. Speaking of movies, big weekend in movies. I mean, I'd say this is probably one of the more talked about movie weekends I've had in
really the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks I didn't prior to 2 weeks ago I didn't know either one of these movies were a thing. I don't watch any really TV. I do my streamings, but you don't really see ads or anything. And I think the internet just exploded. And it was all over everything.
I mean, that's how a lot of movies since COVID. You might see something like. I didn't know about this Indiana Jones movie until
another one
recently.
Nope, had no idea.
I mean, it's just
he's been doing it for 40 years. Harrison Ford.
crushing it.
One character for 40 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, he's had 2 humongous franchises. Star Wars and Indiana Jones forever.
If you could watch one actor's, what do you call it, like their...
they're like all their movies, all their projects.
Right. If you could just
one actor.
Yeah. Harrison Ford, is he in there?
Oh, he's there. Yeah. Harrison Ford's there. Al Pacino's there for me. Adam Sandler's there for me.
Yeah, but Adam Sandler, I mean, he has some really bad ones too.
Yeah. Well,
like, he has like maybe what 10 to 15 good ones, but they're only like an hour or something long. You're talking like, but forget.
He has like 5 straight fire bangers.
Right. How about Keanu Reeves? You got the Matrix and you got the John Wicks.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is a lot of great franchises. Another one I would watch is like Morgan Freeman, just because I think he's a great actor. I love his voice and stuff. Or Denzel Washington even.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot of actors that I like just watch all their stuff. If that was all I had, but if you put me and I had to pick one, couldn't go off of it. It'd have to be Tom Hanks.
Okay. I mean, all right.
For one reason, and one reason only.
Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump.
Favorite movie?
Well, it's not my favorite movie, but it is top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Favorite movie.
Timeless too.
Yes.
I could always watch Forrest Gump. I feel like.
Like if you're sitting Saturday, Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock, flipping through the channels, Forrest Gump comes on. You're there till the end.
Yeah, you're there for the next 4 hours because you know it's going to take that long.
Like
TV.
you better hope that you just caught it in the like after Jenny died, because you're there till the end.
You're hooked.
You're hooked every time.
I'll tell you what movie we ended up watching all the time in college, which was so stupid, but we'd all wait till the one part, and then we'd all go on with our lives or actually skip class until but it was Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what part I'm talking about?
When Rose is naked?
No.
Oh.
The dude hitting the propeller. He's falling. Dude. Gotta be one of the most iconic movie deaths of all time. That dong. Dude, that is cinema magic right there. That is that the best 10 seconds of movie history right there? Dong.
I mean, it's...
Up until, I don't care what part of the movie you just watched in. Until you get the dong, you don't leave. Wait, that's not until you hear the dong.
Yeah, until you get the dong. wording might need to change on that.
Yeah. Until you hear that dong, you don't leave that seat. I luckily it was on HBO, I think. It's like on replay.
Yeah.
But so there wasn't commercials in between, but it's still a long movie.
Stupid long.
Right, but you couldn't walk away.
I mean, and the other thing with that movie is just and with Forrest Gump too. I mean, Rose was a bitch. I mean, there was room on that door.
Yeah. So you're comparing Rose to Jenny?
Jenny's a bitch in war too. Like she strung Forrest on forever. Prove me wrong. Strung him on his whole life.
Then got AIDS.
Slept around, then goes and gets AIDS, and then goes and gives it to him when she's about to die.
I don't think he got the AIDS.
Oh, he didn't catch it?
I would assume not.
I guess not. He was sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
But still, there's a chance he did it. We just don't know.
Right.
The movie didn't play out long enough.
Right.
We didn't see him in older age.
He just had HIV, not full-blown AIDS.
True. Either or, you only sleep with him at the end when you're gonna die because you felt that. The guy would have gave you the world.
Was it really the end though? Maybe she slept before she got the AIDS, and remember they slept.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough.
She came home when she was dying.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough.
No, you didn't. You felt.
No, I just don't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like how he got used in that movie.
And then Rose could have just moved over.
Like
Leo,
Well, if I was Leo though too, if I was him,
give a little bit of effort. Come on.
Get a little push out of the way. Hey, there's enough room up here. All I need is a foot by a foot here. Just need my ass cheeks. I'll let my legs freeze in the ocean.
He would have lived now, I think.
Yeah.
That was very rude of her.
But,
Anyways.
So that's what we're all about here on Let's Go Podcast. We're just go down rabbit holes of stupidity, intrusive thoughts, and see where they lead us to the next one. And that all started from what?
I don't know, movie weekend?
Movie weekend, yeah, and which movies you like. So that was this is probably the most talked about movie weekend after the movies came out. Like I haven't heard them talk about it before.
No.
But then, you know, come Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday, it was like everybody's feeds or this, Barbie this, or
if I hear that Barbie Girl song like one more time,
Aqua? Barbie Girl.
Well, it's on everyone's reel, like constantly or whatever. It's just like all freaking week. Just now, you know. Well, the only reason I'm really mad is because it's in my head all the time.
Oh, it's like a worm. What's that called? A worm? What's that called when you get a song stuck in your head? A wormhole? Worm? Something? Earworm? Earworm.
Earworm?
Yeah.
That I've never heard of that term. I have to check it up.
I think it's
look it up.
Look it up. Google that.
Hey, do we get our tech guy? Hey, tech guy, would you look?
Hey, look it up. Okay, look it up.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that.
Right.
Yeah, it would be annoying to have stuck in your brain
constantly.
Yes.
It's that high. So it's
awful. High pitched.
Anyways, speaking of another annoying topic here, Pittsburgh Pirates. I think they took a W last night.
And when?
I think so.
I fell asleep.
A couple Young Bucks had a home runs. They're playing out there in San Diego, so it's a
I did see they were over. Where were they at? They were at the Angels over the weekend.
Yeah. So
they just stayed on the West Coast. See, like I since the All-Star break, like I haven't really been paying attention because they just
they're really hard to pay attention to.
They stink, but you know it's awesome that they won. I just wish we would have more promising outlook, have a better promising outlook than what we do than what we do have because of Pittsburgh management and ownership and drafting and blah blah blah. The list goes on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they pulled out the dub last night, huh?
Yeah,
nice.
I was trying to segue that to a little more sports talk, but
yeah,
that's where I got stuck. But other thing I saw was Saquon Barkley signed a deal.
Saquon Barkley, we are
Penn State.
Yeah, baby.
I'm a terrible like Penn State fan. You're gonna not like me for this.
Why?
Because I'm
you like Pitt, then I'm really I don't care for you.
Yeah, I'm like the worst type of fan. I play the fence of both. Whatever one has better.
Oh, come on! You can't be like that.
But here's the thing: like my whole life, they never play each other up until a couple. Never play each other.
For 4 years, that's it. We only had in our lifetime. Well, that's not true. They played each other up until 2000. After 2000, they stopped playing each other. So, but we were both rather young in those years.
10 years old at that point, maybe.
Yeah,
they're
10, really, 11.
Some of my family was Pitt, some was Penn State, and I just kind of, whatever room I was in.
Well, in all honesty, I'm a Penn State fan because of my grandfather. My grandfather was a Penn State fan. That made me a Penn State fan. And we're the only two Penn State fans. Everybody else in our family is Pitt.
Yeah.
So
my grandpa was a Penn State fan too.
Yeah.
But then again, if Pitt was doing better, they'd watch Pitt so it runs in my blood.
Fence ride. It's kind of like
is in my blood. Which one has a better shot at a conference title? Or,
Hey,
so
Pitt won their conference 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then. So yeah, I kind of ride the fence with that.
But
so
I'm glad to see though Saquon got a contract. It's only a 1 year deal. I saw that, but at least he's getting paid something more than what he.
Was it 10 mil?
It's 11 mil with a 2 mil signing bonus,
and
he was only going to make 10.5 on the franchise tag.
Next year,
but
$500K in the pocket.
Yeah, well. 13. 11 plus 2 is 13. So he's on.
Oh, okay. So 13 total.
13 total. Yeah.
I thought it was like 11 total or something. Sorry.
No, 11 million plus a 2 million signing bonus. So 13 total. So he got 2.5 mil more. That's nice in the back pocket, right?
I wouldn't mind it.
I don't know. I don't wake up. I don't roll out of bed unless.
Gotta really work 16 times a year.
Plus, it's only a meal a day. I don't really roll out of bed. This podcast. This is just mess around.
Right. Some of the speaking of contracts with some of the people are signing. I know some of the soccer players. What was the deal that I'm not a big soccer guy, but someone made some obnoxious offer. Saudi Arabia made.
Oh, for Messi, they offered him $4 billion.
No.
I know. Mbappe. Mbappe,
Yeah, that was
the French guy.
Yeah.
They offered him 322 for I think 3 years.
No, it was like almost $1 billion. It was $1 billion for a year to play. Like it was 300 to buy him out of his contract, and then it was 700 on top of it.
I didn't see that part.
So they're going to pay for 1 year.
Yeah, well, hey, when you have trillions, $1 billion is like us shitting $10.
It's insane.
It's like, yeah, it legitimately is like us going, I'll throw 10,000 at that. No problems. I can throw 10,000 and not worry about it. They're like, yeah, I can throw $1 billion and not worry about it. We have over $1 trillion.
Yeah. Saudis are trying to take over all the.
Every major sport, and, you know, and a lot of Europeans, soccer-wise and golf-wise, those are the two sports I know that they're really trying to get in the most of recently. I'm sure it's on a expand. I'm sure it's on a, yeah, that's more of a global. Those two sports are way more global, so they can. But if they can get into the NFL or the NBA or NHL or Major League Baseball, trust me, they're going to try to get into the North American sports here shortly. I see it happening. But I see the European players, though, like especially with like that Live Golf, good bit of them said, you know, we're not taking your money. A lot of the soccer players too. Hey, we don't want your money. We'll go play somewhere else. We still make enough money. We don't need your fashiness and stuff like that. Where Americans, we see money and we're like, let's go. That's what it's all about.
Do you blame them though? I have a hard time blaming anyone for taking the check.
I don't have any. No, go get your bag.
Yeah, I mean you're only gonna do it for so long, right? I mean,
go. I think everybody should go get your bag.
Right.
Like honestly, if you're getting
I guess I see both points. I guess I see like why someone would have, if someone's so heartfelt about the way the Saudi Arabia government does their business and stuff, and I get it.
You don't have to deal with them.
Don't. But you can't blame someone else for going to get their money. Go get it. Good luck. You know.
Yep.
And then you just can't play both sides. Or I guess you just can't be so like the owner of the PGA or CEO of the PGA. Like how he just basically was against all of these for this, that, and the other, and then go ahead and sign an agreement with them.
Well, he kind of saw the writing on the wall that he wasn't going to be able to fight against them.
You think that, or he got his bag too?
Oh, I'm sure he's getting a bag from them.
I think he like, oh wait, you're going to offer this?
Yeah, I'm sure he's getting.
That's all speculation. I don't know the ins and outs of any of that contract, but don't come after me.
Disclaimer, we are not lawyers, accountants, doctors. Anything said on this show that might sound shady, maybe is shady. We don't know. We're just two dudes talking. These are our opinions, our opinions.
We don't
These
have a tech guy to look up facts.
Yes, we don't have a computer whiz, a tech guy, a camera guy, anything that most podcasts have. But we will. By episode 50, we will have at least...
full blown, like
I don't know. Episode 100 we'll have a full blown studio. Episode 50 we might have a tent and at least some high school kid that can look on a laptop and check stuff for us.
Fact checker.
Yeah, a fact checker on that. Well, Stu or something. I just imagine his name would be Stu.
Stu?
Yeah.
What do you Stu?
Yeah.
Even if his name's not Stu, I say we name him Stu.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on a monster, like a monster.com ad. Looking for a stew.
Indeed.com.
Yeah. We need a stew. What is a stew, you ask? Just some dude is looking up facts.
Yeah, some dude that's a little bit knows his way around Google.
Yeah, for a whopping turkey sandwich for payment.
Ooh.
So I had for lunch, turkey sandwich.
Did you?
Did.
I had roast beef, turkey with a little mayonnaise and provolone cheese.
Oh, okay. Lunch meat.
Yeah, lunch.
I heard roast beef and like.
Oh, no, but I do have a roast chuck, chuck roast. Which way? I don't know which way the words go. I think it's chuck roast. I do have one of them to throw in the oven and bake here one of these nights. Maybe tomorrow night I'll do that.
You could cook.
I love to cook. I'm not good, but I love to cook. And luckily that my girlfriend is so kind and generous and always says everything I cook is delicious. And I know she's straight up lying. She has to be. There's not every time. Like, you don't bat 1,000. Like, I'm not batting 1,000.
But she's too nice to say.
She's just too nice to say it. I know she is. There's just, you know, like, you look over, she's just eating, but not like eating like somebody that's like, oh, this is so good.
If her dog happened to, if her dog eats it, you go to the bathroom, Moose gets the afternoon.
Yeah, the dog
Oh,
gets
it's delicious. Moose probably eats good.
Yeah, well, Moose approves.
Right.
Moose loves eggs. If I cook eggs for breakfast and he doesn't get eggs,
he's a King Corso. It's a long, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to say it wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a large dog.
It is a large dog.
Does he discriminate against any food?
Yeah, some things.
Really?
Yeah, some things he snubs his nose at. Some treats he snubs his nose at.
I would have thought that dude is
like
a horse.
But he does love peanut butter. I think all dogs love peanut butter. I'm not sure. I mean, that's just an opinion from one guy.
Generalization. We gotta.
Yeah, I mean, I love peanut butter, but yeah, I do. I love to cook. I do. I know you dabble in the cooking. You know, the ramen noodles and PB&J sandwiches. No, I make fried bologna sandwich.
I make a mean Easy Mac. Dude.
Easy Mac.
They gotta be an Easy Mac.
I sprinkle that cheese, that fake cheese on there like a motherfucker.
I'm telling you, like cereal, toast, Easy Mac. I am your guy.
I will eat a bowl of cereal for dinner.
Oh, 100%.
Like, and not think twice about it.
I'm 33 years old. I've lived off that diet.
Yeah.
I mean. Call me Chef Boyardee, dude.
Chef Boyardee. Get a little hat.
Yeah. To make my my turkey sandwiches.
But yeah, I do dabble with cooking. I think it's I got it from watching my grandma for so many years cooking, and I've always wanted to be able to eat.
What kind of food she cook?
Everything.
Everything? She had like a no base, like Italian or something like that?
No, she's more on the grew up through the Great Depression poor side of stuff. You know, like we'll figure out what we can get. We'll take this and that and mix it together and see what we got, and it always turns out great. You know, but yeah,
scrap it all together and see what you got.
She'll cook Italian. She'll cook everything, and everything always comes out great.
My grandma was the king of casseroles. The queen of casseroles. Loves a casserole.
Yeah.
Everything.
You know, and okay, this is a question I've had in my mind for lots of years. What's the difference between a casserole and a quiche? Is it just because it's breakfast?
I mean, I never once in my life thought of that myself.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I just wanted to know. Like, I've been wondering this, like, a quiche and a casserole are both in casserole dishes, baked in the oven. What grants the quiche to be a quiche and not a casserole? Yeah. Or vice versa, a casserole to be a casserole.
How about a pot pie almost? It's almost like a casserole, right? I feel like some of my grandma's casseroles are almost same kind of ingredients almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like shepherd's pie, that's a casserole.
Right? Is it? By definition? It's a pie.
It's a pie.
I mean,
if we only had Google on these phones, I think we had a stew. If we had a stew, we do need a stew.
We need a stew.
So, but yeah, like cooking wise, I do enjoy cooking and try to, bake things all the time. And if we go to a party, I like to try to take something different. You know, I don't just go get a cheese and meat tray at the old grocery store.
That's my go-to.
Or
don't ask me to bring food.
I'll
bring booze.
Booze. If you bring booze, my thing is, if you're gonna bring booze, it got to be something over $25.
That's not hard to do.
No, it's not hard. Not in today's age. Like a bottle of Jim Beam, I think is $25 anymore. So, but like, I used to hate when somebody would come to the house for a house party and they're like, oh, we'll bring some. They bring booze and they bring a bottle of wine. I'm like, I enjoy a bottle of wine. I enjoy a nice red from time to time.
When there's 25 people there and one bottle of wine's not going nowhere.
But it's like an $8.50, $9.50 bottle of wine. You're like, you could have bought two of those. Come on. Right. Or they bring you, and I'll never spat in someone's face for trying to be nice and bring something. You don't have to bring anything. Anytime you ever came to my house,
is that the threshold?
I you don't have to bring anything. I don't care. I'll always try to supply as much as I can. If I can't, then I'll say so. But you know, but I feel like in a general rule for me personally, if I'm going to a party and I'm not taking food and they just say, hey, like bring some, bring alcohol with you. Yeah. I'll bring what I want to drink, but I'm also donating for the group cause, the party. Right. The bottle has to be over $25. I don't care if it's 2 bottles of wine or 1 nice bottle of bourbon or a nice bottle of tequila or whatever it may be. My threshold is $25, nothing less. I don't even care if it's $24.99. I'll go buy a little bottle.
Would you say it's almost better to not bring anything than to bring something like?
I know, because, I mean, you at least made an attempt.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that I know personally that would just be like, here I am. And they just show up to a party and it's like, your presence isn't a present. Right. You know what I mean? It's not a big enough present for me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've had a few pool parties here, and yeah, some people just like to help themselves to whatever happens to be here. And I like to, every time we have a party, it's almost $200 in booze, easily. Yeah. I usually deal with the booze. My mom, who lives on the other side of the house, usually does the food kind of thing.
And she's a hell of a cook.
Oh yeah.
I thought you would like, she would rub off on you a little bit. You know, you'd get into that cooking.
Nope.
Any of your siblings into the cooking too? No.
Nope. Nope.
Interesting.
Not my thing.
Yeah.
But
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I'll go get the booze, and it's almost $100 of liquor. It's almost $100 of beer, and sometimes we have extra, and we usually have extra, plenty. But yeah, it's by the time we have another party, you got to get restocked again. Yep. And I bet if I walk out for less than $100 between beer and liquor, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
It goes quick nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it really does. Like, everything is expensive nowadays. It's crazy, And they don't even have a dollar menu, I don't think, anymore at McDonald's.
I guess
that's not even free food. Or real meat,
right.
Like,
might as well be lower grade than dog food, right?
It might be,
that Taco Bell.
Rather have, what was it, what was the burger joint going against Good Burger?
What? Whataburger?
No, Good Burger.
That movie?
Yeah.
Like the, all that freaking spinoff?
Yeah, what was it?
Keenan and Kel.
No, yeah. That's the movie I'm talking about. Well, what is the burger joint that's that they're fighting against? The Good Burgers on this side, no, Mondo Burger. You might as well have Mondo Burger, where they were pouring that chemicals in there, so the burgers were so big they weren't even real. I don't think you've seen the movie.
No.
All right, wow.
That's not ringing a bell to me at all.
Yeah, it was a classic for me. I think it came out like '96, so it was like prime child watching for me.
Yeah.
I was 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the movie. I remember the skit on all that.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, that was a great kids.
Wow.
There's our mascot.
Mascot Gemma.
Mascot Gemma for the show.
Letting her presence be known.
I don't even know if there's somebody even remotely around your house, but she's taking care of it.
Right.
We don't have to worry about it.
Dave's probably coming in.
Yep.
Speaking
of that, we have company coming in. This is an active house. We're living in an active house. People live here. But yeah, this is what our show is going to be about. Us talking about weekly things that are happening in the world, around the world, and nonsense things too.
Right.
Intrusive thoughts. They do win.
Just let them happen.
Just let them happen.
Let them flow through the body.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm out of beer. I feel like go get something to eat, and we gotta go anyways because I think our cameras are shutting off.
Camera
died.
So, that one died. I guess with that one and that one. That was good timing.
Yeah. All right.
Did you plan that?
I looked over. It was at 44, so I was like,
really?
yeah. I was like, we better start wrapping up.
Wrap her up.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 2 in the books. Let's go.